people. We're just waiting for John getting his phone. And then we'll make a start. Couple of minutes. I'll just do a bit of sharing while we're waiting for John coming back.
You all right, everybody?
I'm just doing a bit of sharing.
I've got a dark carpet upstairs, and I had my phone open, so my black screen won't carpet.
Oh, right.
Can't find anything that way. Hello, everybody. I'll just put my comments on. Please say hello. Let us know what you're thinking. Any paranormal experiences through the week? Whew. So, yeah, I mean, we've tried doing stuff this weekend, but there's been a storm, and
it's been terrible, hasn't it? The wind is terrible. Next door's had loads of decorations on, Christmas decorations on, the blow up. It's flating all over the street now.
Oh, I bet, because
absolutely wrecked, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine, because there's a lot. It's the rain. There's a lot of rain. There's water flowing down roads. So yeah.
I just hope tomorrow morning that it doesn't rain. Going, oh no.
Yeah.
Then if it's not a downpours and rain, I'm not doing that.
No, yeah. I mean, there's, especially in Rotherham, close by where we live, nearby. Some tracks. There's places with train tracks where the flood. There's a load of roads, especially under bridges, floods, and it just grinds everything to a standstill. So, yeah.
We only need a bit of snow, don't we? And then it's everything that's gone to standstill anyway.
It's just wrecked, isn't it? So
rubbish. It's rubbish.
Yeah, but we did visit a farm, and it's on outskirts of Sheffield, and it's in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? But reason why I mention it is, when you're out in those places, remote, it's terrible weather. I mean, we went there because their milk is, it's got, they don't put additives in. They don't.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of that going off, and it don't matter about how dangerous something is. If there's no real need to put it in, you don't need to put it in. Don't do it.
There's no need, is there? There's no, why do it?
Yeah, because, and I mean, we can probably look at this at some point, if it's okay with yourself, putting religion to one side and what people really think. But from my point of view, if God, no matter who he is to you, if God made the world, it really seems like man's trying to remake it in our image, and then own it. Yeah. And what I'm saying is, the more processed something is, it becomes less healthy.
Yeah.
So we went to this farm, and
know what's going in it anyway, do you?
I mean, they allowed vapes onto the market without really knowing what they were going to do, and now they're trying to start banning them. So it's like they don't think. There's loads of examples, but yeah, I took daughter to the farm because I brought some ice cream, and it's gorgeous. Like, and milk's nice, cream's nice, and I took daughter to the farm.
Hi, Nigel.
You all right, Nigel? We took her to the farm to meet Molly, the cow, and yeah, she did. She's there stroking this. Got its head up there, saying hello by knocking into her, and she's there going, "Oh yeah." It's like she was there just stroking cow for a while, like just it's good having that connection to nature, and stroking cow like you're drinking its milk. I mean, I find that amazing.
We need to bring something normal food back to them anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
nothing tastes the same. Nothing.
Yeah. We did a taste test.
When you're cooking it, it's just, I'm sorry, but it doesn't smell right.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I mean, we did a taste test. We got the shop milk what we had in and that milk. And it was easy. I mean, you just tilted glasses. The real stuff, it's stained glass properly, you know. With other one, it was very thin. And then that were just beginning. You taste it, it's like a different, it's just different altogether.
Yeah, well, you go back to being a kid. You remember we used to get them bottles in school, them little bottles?
Hell yeah.
Milk tastes nothing like that anymore, does it?
I don't know. Well,
zero. It's nothing at all like it.
No. And this is a fact as well. So in the 60s, the fruits and veg we were eating, it's now 60% less nutritious.
Wandering Spirits of Pacific Northwest. Hiya.
Hello. How you doing? So yeah, the fruit and veg we're eating now 60% less nutritious than it were in the 60s. And men's testosterone, it's plummeted. And that's not good. Yeah, it's just not good. So we visited a farm. Storm came. We're in this little hut eating ice cream, and it felt like world was just falling apart around us. And we were happy. We were fine because we're on a farm, surrounded by farmers, and they are hard as nails. They know what they're doing. Yeah. They live in the middle of nowhere, remote, broke off from the rest of society when it snows and floods or whatever.
It's the best place to be in it, yeah.
Yeah. You just feel safe. That is the best place ever. So yeah, I love it. And I think there's a spiritual aspect behind all that for some people. I feel a lot better out there in the middle of nowhere.
I really do. Yeah. Well, all your worries seem to just disappear, don't they? All your worries just seem to disappear when you're out and about doing stuff.
Yeah. I mean, when my dad used to take me on walks out in the middle of, into countryside, I used to turn around and look, and on his way back, you'd start seeing roads reappearing, full of cars, and I felt that sickness coming back. That oh God, here we go. You know, we're entering back into it. You know, sat in cars. You know, flustered, fed up, road rage, all those things. It's like you see it and you start going, yeah, I'm back in. I'm back to it. Yeah.
Yeah, back to the old grindstone.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
We need more holidays, that's what we need.
Definitely. So Annette, what we're going to be eating?
Yeah. It's Epigenetic Patterns.
Excellent. Yeah. We were covering this at a few points a couple of weeks ago as well, weren't we?
Yeah. Well, we was touching on it, weren't we?
Because there's a lot of science involved, but at the same time, spiritually and paranormally, I guess, because it's a science, but if you go a bit further one way, it becomes a fringe science, because it's like, okay, how much are we born with? Like, as in, how many traits are we really born? What are we really born with?
Yeah.
I think it's more than what they can prove at the moment, me.
Well, it's a new sort of scientific study, epigenetics.
Yeah.
It's like science say no, but epigenetics say possibly, maybe. Yeah. Well, they are actually moving into it.
Yeah.
Like they say, when a fetus is being made, these tags, the epigenetic tags.
Yep.
You bypass. It comes together, don't it? It's all clean and washed, but these tags, seem to bypass the what cleans it all out and sort of gets before you've even arrived here. There's no washout system for it. They seem to tag themselves on before they've even been born.
Right, yeah. I mean, as you said that, I've added a note for this. So scientists find, and this is a science research paper, and it's scientists find new epigenetic switch, and the switch it activates during embryonic development.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask me, so I had so we had two Westies from puppies growing up together. One wanted the comfort of fire. The other one, you took it for a walk, and she would bring you back a rat.
Yeah.
And we never taught it how to rat. And the thing is, my granddad used to teach dogs how to rat. And this is back in day, right? So it's gruesome, guys, I know. But you get a dog, puts it in a bin with a rat, puts the lid on, and waits for the rat to be dead. Now, dog would come out and probably get a bite. Second time, it won't happen. The dog kills it because it knows what's coming, and it's like, oh, that's not happening again. But that's how they train ratting dogs and find out.
It's traumatic.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
so when they go on to have pups or give pups, then that trait will be born.
Yeah, yeah.
It's passed on.
Yeah, and like, so then if you were to ask my granddad, oh yeah, it don't pass on, does it? He'll be like, are you serious? He'll be like, if he were here now, he'd be like, yeah, it's what I dealt with, it's what I worked with. I looked for ones that passed on well, and I'd work with them and keep producing, you know, if produce some proper good ratting dogs, and they were important around farms and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how they did it. And so yeah, we had one Westie, no hunting instincts whatsoever, but the other one, she nearly got the rabbit as well once. That were just, it was very lucky. But the rats, she got rats all the time. It's just simple. And they both had the same bring. You know, we brought them up the same. So brought up the same. One keen hunter, very good. The other, not a clue. Not a clue. In front of fire. So
they did an experiment with rats. It was mice. And the first generation mice, they basically traumatized with bad treatment to the smell of roses. Now, the second generation, the third and the fourth generation, they never touched. But that trait went all down that line.
Yeah.
As soon as they smelt the roses, that was it. Triggered them not to go near a certain smell because we were going to get mistreated for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you might say like that you're talking about animals, but don't forget we had animals as well.
Yeah, I mean, and this is another one, and it's a full thing. It's an explanation or a system. So, like when this, but yeah, I mean, humans. Let's say we've got 7 chakras, and we broke it up that way. The first 3 of what animals can have. The 4th one, art, that animals also can have. But the last 3 chakras above, that is a human consciousness.
Yeah.
Right. But we are animal. We're an animal, and it's about overcoming animal instincts, being human. So we're not going around just doing what, just doing what we think. We're just doing what we want. So, yeah, no mind what anyone else is thinking. So, yeah, we're just animals. So if we can see that behavior in mice, rats, dogs, then yeah. But yeah, it's so like women. the science states women can see more colours than men. But they say that's mostly because in foraging for food and berries, having keen colour recognition is very important. So it's all in there. Yeah,
heat, that's another one, isn't it? Women get a lot colder because we've got more receptors in women to heat and cold.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so women, the blood rushes to organs to look after organs. Yeah, because for like, especially like, you know, for giving birth, say, organs, uterus and stuff like that, its body wants to defend it. So yeah, women have cold hands a lot. Have you seen those DNA? I don't know if anyone's done it. Let us know in comments. But have you seen those where you get your DNA away?
I've seen them advertised.
Yeah. Anyway,
I wouldn't be doing that, but
yeah, I didn't send it off to it. I know someone that does it, and I just went, just see what you get with me. I goes, but I don't want to be on system, you know what I mean? Because I'm paranoid. And I went, it comes back, and he went, yeah, you've got like unknown markers, Nordic, you know, so like Viking, whatever. Anyway, I said to him, I went, but he said to me, he went, you're 5'10", you've got a 29-inch inside leg. And he goes, your proportion states you're from a mountainous region. So there's men what are tall with long legs, Euro-Asian area for long distance. But then you've got your stubby-legged people, most likely from a mountainous, hilly region. And then there's the difference between men with warm hands in cold weather and cold hands in cold weather. Those what used to hunt in cold water, the hands will be warm because they adapted. So there's a lot of this goes through, and it goes missing, and we think it's probably going missing, not because science don't know, but science doesn't want to highlight differences between the genetics in people.
Yeah,
because it might upset somewhat want to be this, want to be that, or you know, don't want to see any differences at all. But it's a shame because we'll lose so much knowledge of who we are.
Yeah, definitely.
But so yeah, my hands are always very warm or in cold when I'm outside in cold. If someone touches my hand, they'll go, "Your hands are."
Oh, mine aren't.
Yeah, yeah. So it's my hands are always warm. Yeah, I've got short legs, so it seems like I'm from a mountainous region.
I wouldn't mind doing that actually, maybe, and try and find out.
Yeah. Well,
interesting to find out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and then I've probably got this coming in my wife's granddad. When I saw him, he had a finger brought in like that. I said, "What's going off here?" And he goes, "It's Viking finger. And it's where a tendon pulls in." Anyway, I looked it up. I'm like, I'm not sure why he's calling it that. Anyway, I looked it up, and if you look it up, Viking finger, it's a lot of men over age of 60, maybe younger, in northern regions of Norway, stuff like that. So your Viking areas.
Yeah.
A lot of them get it. And it strangely enough, it's still passing down through generations now. So like
how far it goes back, doesn't it?
Yeah. So her granddad had it. And I've got people on my side of family what's had it. So chances of me getting it's very, it's high, but it's not much of a problem, and it can be sorted out. But it shows you these things pass down.
It's like you can say the same thing, can't you, about spirituality?
Yeah, I mean that's why we're looking at it, isn't it? So that's your science.
Yeah.
But how about the things that science in touching like how much of you has been passed down from, let's say, a past life or from energy that you share in Earth. So yeah,
you can see that all. I mean, you'll come down. You've got like you've got your witches and what have you. You know, where does all that knowledge? It has to come from somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So it's
like paranormal investigators, isn't it? Really? I mean, you know, have they done it in the past and what have you? Because you get people who are so into it, don't you?
Yeah. And it's like, where did that?
You might be like, don't know. You mean?
Yeah, I mean,
You look at your families as well. They sort of seem to be on the same wavelength.
Yeah. So it's like that when people say, "Oh, he's really good on guitar," and "Oh, he's from a musical family," and that could be through growing up. But there's also people who have showed abilities, like the parents in past and grandparents and that, and they might have been separated, and they've grown up and they've been great at this thing. They've found the parents, looked at them and gone, "Ha! Strangely enough, they were all doctors. I became a doctor, and I didn't even know them." These things happen a lot, and that's
psychic abilities and like all that.
Yeah, I mean, I've got that instance that I mentioned to you. By the way, if anyone in comments or when watching this, if you think you've had a fascination or an ability, because some they pick things up and they don't even have to try.
Yeah. It's just there, isn't it? It's just there.
Yeah. If you've got any of them, let us know in comments, because I told you about that one, didn't I? About Japan. Yeah. So we're at school. Growing up, there's no. Hey, he's right. I want more food.
Don't know what it's back.
Growing up, there were no need for me. There were no reason for me to have a fascination about Japan. Right. I went to school. A Japanese woman came over, and that was it. It was just in me to learn Japanese. I hadn't learned it properly, but from that point on, I've read Bushido, Sun Tzu. I love samurais, everything. I like Japan and Japanese culture, and there's don't know where it came from, and it stuck with me. But I went to an opening circle. It was in late 90s when people were just getting into like spirituality, like in a mainstream way.
Yeah.
I used to go to someone's house and they'd show you how to do tarot cards, stuff like that. Anyway, we did a transfiguration one night. So all lights were off, sat in a circle, and they were showing you how to look at someone and then wait to see the glow of the past life, right? Might sound strange to some, but look it up. So they were showing us that, and she just went, "I'm looking at it." She didn't know me. They didn't know me that well, outside of me just being there trying to learn what they know. So they went straight away. They went, "I can see a Chinese past life, a Chinaman or someone from Japan." Yeah. And I never told them anything about it. I didn't have no reason to. But yeah, that was the first thing they saw. Yeah. So what at that point I was like, I don't know what if it's right, whatever. But
it's like my trip to Greece, and then we found out that about past life where gone down on the Britannica ship. But I was attracted to Athens all the time.
Yeah, you have mentioned Athens before, yeah.
6, even from a kid. He always wanted to go and dreamt that there was somebody waiting for me on these certain steps. I was always looking for the building, but I could never find it.
Yeah.
I come across a good quote actually the other day, and it says, "If you city attracts you, it's because there is something waiting for you, and your story there has already been written."
Right. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, and that ship went down on the edge, on a little island on the edge of Athens. Isn't it funny that you got the pull?
Yeah. So you had the pull to like Greek
from being young.
Yeah. I mean, that's interesting.
And I used to have terrifying dreams of drowning. I hate water. I can't. I hate deep water, or it sends me into a panic.
Yeah, I get you on that one.
You drowned on that, supposedly in the past 5 months, drowned on that.
Right. Yeah. So you had that pull. At what point did you learn about this past life?
Only last year.
Ah, right. Okay.
Only last year. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good. And when you had that information given, did it just like
It clicked. It just clicked. You know the fear. You know the dreams when you was a kid.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I was on a little robot, and it drowned. You could. You had, like, it was filling up. It was that and that. That was your dreams as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, that is pretty.
I feel like I'm terrified of deep water. There's no way. I just can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, is it to a point where swimming is that?
I can do it. I can get in the water if it comes to about here, about waist high. If it starts to go, then panic. I actually nearly, when I was at school, I nearly drowned.
Yeah.
It'd come up and I just had a panic attack. That was it. Oh, it's just bad.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, it's that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Fears and phobias, isn't it?
Yeah. So I mean, when if we were to relook at that, science shows epigenetics and things that. So if you're highly stressed as a teenager or at a young age, it can change the shape and the formation of your brain in a way where it's pretty much irreversible. You end up with responses and characteristic types that are pretty much irreversible as you go through the rest of your life.
Yeah.
To a point where you can end up with let's say a type A personality where you're but I mean I went to I had a stress problem with my eye, and I personally didn't think I was stressed, but it blew an hole in my retina. So not good. I don't like that. So anyway, when I went to get reviewed after they give me this injection with laser therapy, the guy there, the consultant, so really intelligent guy, one of the best in country as well, because luckily Sheffield Hospital, they've got a great section for eyes. I were in there. I said, well, what caused this? Is it something I've done? I could have done different. And he went, no, it's just you. And then he went, no, it's genetics. A lot of white males between 20 to 40. And I went, no, you were just about to say something. I went off record, totally off record. No. And he goes, hi, William, John D. He went off record. He goes, the people I see with these issues sat across from me have got a personality type, and they're usually type A personalities. So I went, right, I get you. Can be highly strung, that kind of thing. I just went, Right, yeah. And I went, okay. So from there, that's where I've tried changing lots. And I have actually changed lots about how I respond to things.
Yeah.
But to me, it was totally healthy. Right. So a lot of other people have got that same problem. They're like pilot. You know those people that look for blips on airports to air control. That's it. High stress job. They usually get that kind of thing. And I ended up with it. So it's like, yeah, I ended up with it without that job. So
yeah, I could have done with it.
I did well there. But it should. But again, it affects mostly white men between 20 to 40.
Yeah.
Genetics. There's a load of stuff in genetics. It's just how it goes.
See, a lot of it it's not. It's like this that I'm talking about now. It's not to do with changing DNA. It's something totally different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bypasses and changes everything. I mean, talking about it's like trauma and stuff like that. I mean, if you're gonna go from generations, how far back does it go?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I did read as well is, yeah, I agree. Hiya, William. One thing that I did read is, so when it comes to binge drinking, the people in UK, they're high up on that kind of record, right? I'm not saying that's a good thing, by the way, and it isn't. But they're looking at why. And ancient Celts used to carry on that way. We're an island race, cold winters. They were heavy drinking, and it's not just that as well. How we cultivated crops. People think first crops were grown for bread. It were actually grown for alcohol, and bread were byproducts.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so even to this day, as culture and how we operate, it's just gone through. It's just keeps going through. So can on a spiritual side things pass through? I can't see why not, personally. If these real physical things can be proven, and they have been, there's loads of traits, biological, behavioural.
Yeah.
Why can't a spiritual? Yeah, of course it can. Yeah, it just. But how much of it, I don't know. And you mentioned it, didn't you, when we're talking about this? How much does it affect free will?
Yeah.
I don't know what you think to that, but yeah.
Well, it's an awful lot of hurdles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's what I was getting about last week. It's an awful lot of hurdles that's thrown in your way before you've even started, to be honest with you. You've got trauma coming down, all the strips from all that they've seen. How free are you at the end of the day?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
they say you can change it by changing your environment, but some people can't do that.
It's very, very hard. So that is a good point, because when that consultant mentioned personality types get this issue with me eye, and I don't want that back. My obvious thing is, change the personality type that I've got. Try doing that. Try doing that. That's hard.
Luckily, you pass something on. How can you change that? You can't.
Yeah, I mean, so I've mentioned this before. They give me the meditation CD from NHS, Whales and Dolphins. That got me angry, right? I love whales and dolphins, but I can't meditate to that. Yeah, that got thrown out.
That drove you nuts.
That made it worse. So I went to a Buddhist center, a temple, Buddhist temple, because my brain tells me if I want to learn meditation, these guys are the ones you talk to.
You know how to do meditation, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, now this is how much free will we have, but to be able to do it, it's not what we can. La Morosa, if you were to look him up on internet, type in La Morosa and then just put superhuman. NASA tested him for claims that he can turn pain off. And when they were scanning his brain and giving him electric shocks and heat on fingertips, he literally stopped his brain responding to it, not just ignoring it and putting up with it. He turned it off. And it explains it. Blood pressure up and down when he wants. There's 22 main things. That's unbelievable. And we could do it. We just don't know how to.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. But it's something. When you read it, it's like, wow, that's amazing. So I learned.
It's like when you turn things on and turn things off. Maybe something happened to him in the past when maybe he was born and something got turned on that doesn't happen to many people.
Yeah.
But you've got many areas of the brain that's never used, don't you? So we don't know what they're for.
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. Yeah. I mean, is it reserved for some of them skills? Because also when I met him, when it shook his hand straight away, they were just like, whoa, how can you be this? He was so relaxed that he were like, how can you be that relaxed as a human? You know, you could feel it off him. The amount were just totally imbalanced with everything he were. It's amazing. So I learned how to meditate, and by doing that, I realised I was relaxing better, and then I was going through the day and responding better to stuff I wouldn't usually respond good to. So I found it, but it's a lot. I put a lot of work into it, so it can be done. But if I didn't think that way and did these things, it'd be impossible, because you've got to try and break out a cycle, look from outside in, and then do something about it.
And some people just can't do that, can they? So
no. Stuck. Yeah. There's a lot of reasons why you won't be able to do it, actually. I was lucky to just think that.
Yeah.
I was just, I could have just frisbeed CD that they gave me and gone, I'm going to pack it in. But I didn't want to pack it in, because I thought this needs to be done. So I looked for who's best to teach you how to meditate. So that was my answer in my head. So I just thought I'll go with that.
I mean, I do agree with the meditation thing, because when I lost my partner many years ago, I was going through hell. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. I was just sat in a chair for virtually 6 months and I'd done nothing. And that's what someone told me to do. And I used to, at night time, because I couldn't sleep, I started listening to the meditation. And believe me, it does you wonders. Yeah,
it does.
You wonders, because it just clears the mind.
Yeah, it does. So
and even now I've come to a point where something happens and I'm worried sick or anything's going on, I'll go back to that.
Yeah.
No, it works.
Yeah. So I think there's a free will override to anything. I do believe that. It's just, it's literally not that easy, though. Some things you could just get trapped in easy. It's just simple. But I've got a friend what had a problem drinking and that, and he has a drink. He stopped, but he has one every month. Once a month.
Right.
Because he goes, if I can do that and then not have any more, I'm good.
Yeah.
So he does that. I mean, that's tricky to do, isn't it?
That one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally see him once for one, and then he goes home, and then he's fine. So he's done great. But his Broke-Arrow cycle, but he wanted to prove he could do it and not have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky thing to do. That
I know.
some people can't not do that, and you just don't do any at all.
No, that takes some dedication, doesn't it?
Yeah, but he's like that. But yeah, so I think there's a free will override. But yeah, I do. I think same as yourself. There's a lot of things that are passed down spiritual.
Oh, definitely,
yeah.
It's inheritance, isn't it? They call it. Yeah, you inherit an awful lot.
Yeah.
So everything done in the past that was maybe horrible, they suffered for it, comes down.
Yeah.
And if the environment is the same, if it's not changed, they say they had poverty going back, and you come into this one, and it's poverty. It's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
How can you change? How can you change it if you can't change the environment? You can't.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you'd have to be one hard bugger to get up and get yourself out of it.
Yeah.
The only way to get rid of that is to walk in it.
Yeah. Because
as a child, you can't walk away from that, can you? So it's impounded on his psyche.
Yeah. So so how many people have a past life done? They find certain things out that could explain some of the things that they've done during their life. That happens quite often. I mean, I watch it actually. There's a few people that do that, and it's strange how it does seem to link up.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what's really going off, but whatever's happening, it ties up, and it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, people let us know what you think about past lives, and
it's like deja vu, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's deja vu. It doesn't. If you're looking at it from this point of view, it could have happened to somebody in the past, and it's sort of coming down to you. Dreams.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's that.
I mean, fears is when you think about it, there's an awful lot.
Yeah, a lot of ancient cultures as well talked about generational curses.
That's the one. Yeah. Generational curses. Yeah.
I mean that could happen through a society thing as well. So a family has an argument with another family. No matter how many generations pass, they'll probably keep on hating each other one way or another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, forever.
And that could be an environment thing, like you said. But I do believe there's some stuff what I've seen and experienced in a way. I think it makes sense now, but when it were happening, didn't have a clue how this were affecting it. Yeah. So yeah.
It's a shame we don't have a blueprint in it of what came before.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I was just looking if you were to look epigenetics up and science news, it's a proper thing.
Let's see there, because they say, I mean, scientists say no, but these say maybe, possibility, and it's now being looked into a whole lot more.
Yeah, like
explain society's mess that basically it's in.
Yeah, like depression markers.
Yeah.
I'm just looking now, just for I'd have a look at. So, but thing is with that, yeah, I mean that's pretty bad because they were looking at people separated from families, and then they've gone back looking through for the family to see if things have run through the family.
Yeah.
To get an answer on why they've ended up with these things.
I'm sure they did a program once, where they followed them for years. I can't remember what it was called. They followed them through the life for years. to see how they were going on.
I didn't watch. I think I know which one you mean. I didn't watch it. I heard people talking about it.
Oh, but it was yeah.
I've seen the one where they follow the twins, and that were amazing. They were all split up, totally split up, and they came together, and there was so much that were in common. It were like they grew up with each other or something. That was ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, I do believe.
Well, twins are fascinating them by themselves, aren't they?
Yeah.
One hurts, the other one can feel it. They know when something that will,
like an intuition. Like
yeah.
So yeah, I'm just looking through Epigenetic News. I made some notes which ones to go to. There is a lot. I mean, your physical makeup and everything. So, and then also as well with that, there's still science and explanation on a lot of things like, so your brain neurons, they gather together in different organs of your body. So there were one scientist, which is fringe, but he talks about the holographic human and the holographic brain and holographic universe, basically saying, like, when people get brain damage, your brain's here. Instead of thinking it as this bit does this bit does that, it gets damaged and it's like an hologram. It just carries on working. Some bits might not work properly again. Fair enough. But when they were looking at it that way, it explains a lot of things that as behavioural and other things. Like when people get an organ transplant, they say that some of these people take on new personality traits and characteristics.
Yeah, we did a show on that.
Yeah. Is it because of the? Yeah, is it because of those neurons, and then those neurons still holding a part of that hologram?
Yeah, the memory
of the other person. Yeah, and then it's stitching into
like the heart sort of got a memory of its own.
Yeah, I mean, all that blood rushing to that one place. Yeah. So it's going to have all that collected up there, and like we said before, it's got a 12-foot radius diameter. Electrical field. So it's a serious thing. So that's when you say people are on the same wavelength as you as well. If we're sending all that energy out, and you are, and you get into each other's field, there's harmonics. Are you
I do agree with that because if you come across somebody who's vibrating very low, you go down like that.
Yeah.
And then you can pick it up like this. It's
yeah. I have one story about that. I mean, animals. I just go back to animals. I were in Chester Park. We went to a pond. There were I were with wife. I went to a pond. There were this old woman and man just looking at the swans, ducks, everything. Yeah. So we were just looking at it, thinking, oh, this is nice. And then two chaps came up and probably thought same thing from a different demographic.
Robert, behave.
You're right, Robert. I like that one. So yeah, the two guys came and they were from a different demographic of society, right? The geese, ducks, and swans, what were coming up to us to say, just they were up. They were probably looking to see if there were food. As soon as they arrived, they looked, swam off. They went away. Now, have they been attacked by people that they think? Yeah, because crows, they're recognised faces. If you go into their area, you do damage, and they get a good look at you. They're coming for you. I forgot you were on.
You forgot you were on, Robert.
Thank you, Robert, for coming there, and William.
Yeah.
Nigel. So what I'm saying is, animals they take all this in, and there's a species of bird, for instance. As soon as they're born, as soon as they see night sky, they kind of take a picture of where they are from there, and then that's home. So when they're bred in captivity, they've got to make sure they don't see night sky. No one teaches them to do that. It's an instinct in them. So if that's happening in animals, it's happening in humans. That we're born with.
We're animals. We're just animals.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, damn, yeah.
It's like when your senses tell you, don't they, when something's off, basically. Your gut instinct.
Yeah,
gut tells you. No.
It's like a dog, for instance. A dog, it sees you. It knows. It knows if you're in a good mood. It knows if you're in a bad mood. Snakes, they'll try and get away from you if you're not confident. They pick up on confidence. So if they stay around your neck, if they just wrap around your neck and stay there, you're sound. They think you're fine. That's great. Because I asked a woman I called it Snake Woman. She had snakes, and I went, "Right, so if they try wiggling away from you, what's that say?" She went, "They're not comfortable. You're not confident. They pick up on it.
Yeah, they can feel it. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Like us, like I said, we know the same, but with us, we just put it off.
Yeah, some people are dull to it as well.
Yeah. I mean, some people are very. If something's off, if that's I go on my intuition, mate.
I try to all the time.
I really do, and if it's something, I'm sorry, but if there's something off and there's something wrong and I know it, I'm gone. What can I go with?
So yeah, Robert, that was Snake Woman. She had snakes, and because I said to her as well, I went, when it tries wrapping around your neck, is it trying to kill you? No, they don't know how to kill you with your neck. They know how to kill you with your chest. If they wrap around your chest, that's when you get bothered. So yeah, she's an interesting one. It's a good point, Robert.
I had a garter one when it was many years.
Oh yeah, garter snakes.
That's manageable. Not one of them big things.
No.
That's too big and I can't handle one of them kind of thing.
I can see next comment coming up.
I should remember that. No, Robert, no.
But I mean, it's it makes sense that things come down spiritually as well to me. But yeah, definitely. Let us know what you think in comments about.
I had a note on that somewhere about spiritual. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't find it in here. I know I've written it down.
But it's like horses as well. Horses, same.
No, it's gone. I didn't write it down.
Oh, we're reading Robert's comment.
All right, let's have a bit of it. I used to keep a cow. Very nice, Robert. Ermintrude.
But I give you that link about.
Oh yeah.
But I think this links then onto that because if we're talking about how humans have got these traits and we can detect them. So, like when there's some people that walk into a room about people being dull to things, they walk into a room, they'll say stuff and go on it. And you're thinking, can't you read room? You might not want to be saying this right now, not the best time. There's some people that just won't read room. Yeah, it's like, Oh no, quick exit, Um, so, but if then you believe in spirits and demons, that what's happening there? I mean, some spirits aren't going to come out to just anyone. It might not be right vibe. You might not be on right vibration. If you go to a spiritualist church, it's about raising and lowering your vibrations for different spirits and different communications, things like that. So it would be great to cover epigenetics because it's about how much of us is passed down.
Yeah, like I said, you've got all what we did the week before as well. On top of that.
Yeah. So I like what Robert was saying. Water divining.
Yeah. You can do that, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, well, see, it's something that passed down. It's got probably generations of people have done that. That's
so one of the first recorded cases were, I believe, at Wombwell. I'm sure, yeah, a water scrying. I don't know when it were. Let's say it was 16th century. There's people what do it and they see stuff in water. Now, I'll be honest with you, that is something I've done because I do enjoy it. I'm terrible at remembering names and words. I'm terrible. Patterns and numbers, love it. So I can tell you, you know what? When you used to put a CD in a stereo player, I figured out because I couldn't be bothered to keep going to album for a number. I'd remember number for a song that I want. And then I'd realize track 10 on an album usually one of the best songs. Track 1, 2, 10. Stuff like that, patterns. But yeah, water scrying something I do enjoy.
I scry the mirrors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some good. I've had some good snapshots from the mirror.
Yeah.
I've actually got a dog, a black dog in there. No, I've never had a black dog. I've never ever owned a black dog. I'll send you pictures.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I do like that kind of thing.
And the best part about this as well, I went out on location to Stoke Museum.
Oh, right, yeah.
Snapping pictures there in the mirrors, and lo and behold, there's a black dog in the mirror.
Right. Is that the one where he had a room full of mirrors?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one.
That black dog turns up there as well. In the picture, so it's following you. Yeah,
black dog. You see, it's also a good symbol, black dog as well. It's a symbol. Yeah. Candle smoke. Yeah, candle smoke. There's one what I haven't got. I've never got on with tea leaf reading. I can't. No. I've tried that. Don't spark out in my head. Don't really do anything for me.
I got a book on mold.
People can do it very well.
And it is one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But they did it. They used to do it. It's something that they did.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, so yeah, Robert's right what he's saying there. There's even if someone can do tarot cards, they might not be able to do water divining.
Yeah.
Because it's a pattern. It's different. People's brains pick up patterns differently, don't they? Yeah. So yeah.
Everyone's different.
Yeah. Oh, and then before we go though, also, when, for instance, my daughter, when people when they first come across her, like talking, they always she's an old soul. Yeah, I mean, she's had that from family, strangers, a lot.
She is very wise for her age, though, isn't she?
Yeah. I'm going to say you've heard. Very
grown up. She's very grown up for her age in the way she speaks and everything.
Yeah, I know. It's And I weren't like that when I was a kid, just so you know. So yeah, it's not like I was the same. No, she's way more. She's a lot more grown up than I were at that age, definitely. So yeah, I've got my work cut out for me.
I think every animal
Yeah.
has their own gift.
Absolutely.
Call it. Here's my gift on that. Yeah.
Yeah. For instance, as well, Robert, when people say, "Oh, it's a dumb animal," there's no such thing, right?
No.
If it's alive, right, and it's been surviving out there in freezing cold, we're surrounded by predators.
Very clever, yeah.
Yeah, I've got all respect under sun for them, because leave us out there in middle of nowhere, and if another animal don't pick us up, we're dead. So it's like that. There's kids what go missing in jungle and they're brought up by apes or something. Stuff like that does to a guy with wolves. And if we didn't get picked up by another animal, we're pointless. You know what I mean? Out there. We've got this far with as human his level of consciousness, I guess. But every animal, like some say cows, they're just dumb. No, they're not. Stupid. And fish, when you go fishing, fish pick up stuff. They know when you're trying to con them after a bit with food. They adapt. You know, you put spam in, they go, "We're not falling for that one. Get lost." You got to start changing it. You know.
Oh, bam.
Yeah. You know, they're very aware. Like depending on what you're wearing on side at pond, lake or whatever, they pick up a lot from under that water. So to say they're dumb, I just no, you no. But yeah, every animal has its own gift, definitely. And people.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying about that. That's what I was saying when we went to that farm yesterday. Storms blowing around, things are falling down. But we were on a farm eating ice cream in this room and looking outside. There's things flooding.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm fine. And daughters were like, "This is ace. There's farmers next. There's farmers in next room. We'll be fine because they live there. They know how to deal with it." And also we do this because there's a lot of farmers all over the world under attack by system. Might talk about how there's a bee system in one of the episodes. And I've got a new bauble of a guy what's wound up that bee system. You know which one it is, but farmers are under attack. So we definitely want to show support for farmers because I like eating and I like food.
Oh, yeah, we don't want their crap that they
Yeah, and I like it to be natural. Yeah. So yeah, I have got a new Christmas bauble before I go. I thought I would show. I mean, I can show it, but I'd probably do it before I leave.
Yeah, it's an interesting bauble.
Go
on, show me your bauble.
Show me a bauble.
Set a few people off, but
someone bought me this because they've seen a trend in me posts. I've got a new bauble. Look, I've took it off a tree.
There we go. The bauble.
So yeah, I got that. That's a great gift. That. So at number 45 and 45. That's another interesting number that I found in my life. Because you add up JL and W, I'm sure it equals 45. And there's loads of other stuff about 45. But there we go.
Right, we've come to end it. Sure.
Definitely.
I don't know what we're doing next week. We are looking at what you said earlier, then, aren't we?
Right, yeah. I mean,
we'll look at that, and then if we
possibility,
we'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, the two people we might be able to get on that could talk about the beast system anyway.
Yeah.
So we could say to people, Robert, if you're still on, is there a beast system, as in a controlling head of society that's more aligned with demonic in nature? Stuff they do, they'll lie, they'll cheat. For instance, that CEO that's just been shot, there's a lot of people celebrating that, and it's like, wait, I don't know, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be celebrating someone getting killed. It's terrible. If he's done something wrong, there's law. But is the abuse system? I think it's obvious, and I think to me it's obvious to me that there is. It's a system where there's a few people that want to decide future at will, and impress it onto people, and then we want to look at the demonic ways that they do it.
Yeah.
From paranormal, how we look at demons, look at how these people work, and you'll see it ties up totally.
Yeah, influencing it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, with that one, we'll say good night. And thank you, anyone that came on to watch us fight, even though we were late. You'll see us.
Definitely.
And catch you all next week.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, everyone. See you later.
Some papers.